are live. Okay, it's Financial Freedom Friday, and you guys know I said I'd be wearing these fancy glasses, but there is definitely a glare, so that's not going to be able to happen. Thank you for hopping on. I hope you guys had a great work week. Today's Friday, so we are on the road again, and I wanted to come on here and talk to you all. You guys know that I said on Fridays that we would be helping out the millennials. We would be talking about financial freedom. And in case this is the first time watching one of my videos, my name is Roselyne of rarebyroselyne.com. I'm a natural health consultant. I show up online to help you improve your home, your hope, your health, as well as your happiness. Today we are talking about something very serious, especially going into the final quarter of the year. I posted something on my page earlier today. I am not quite sure if you saw it or not, but I pointed out 3 of the hottest industries to be part of in 2019. If you saw that post, let me know in the comments. Say, yeah, I saw that post. I took a screenshot because I need to remember that. Well, more than just taking a screenshot, I wanted to take this opportunity. We are on the road again because kind of sort of one of those industries, the one that's in the middle, if you don't know the background, and you see Terry's arm here, Terry and I got our introduction into the entrepreneurial space because of the transportation industry. So the thing that was in the middle, it was actually shared by the Millionaire Mentor, but the thing that was in the middle talked about micro mobility. So that is in the space of transportation, where a lot of these things are moving to a more how should I say this, green and more earthy kind of way of transporting. So we're talking about like scooters and like motorized bikes and things like that. It's good for the environment and what have you. But what we do, how we got our introduction into the entrepreneurial space, I told you it was in transportation. So in the caption, I told you that you can start a business out either with under $100. You can start a business with about $1,000, or you can start a business with about $100,000. So Terry and I were talking, and we wanted to give like advice to people that are starting businesses, and these are 3 industries that we understand and we know about these industries from our experiences as well as overall research. And when I come on here, you know, it's either I've researched something a lot or I am in the industry. So when it comes to the trucking industry, Terry and I were talking, and if you want to go into the trucking industry debt free, that's about $100,000, right? So we're looking at about $100,000 if you want to get into the trucking industry, the transportation industry, and even within this micro mobility industry, we were pricing out some things. They're about $4,000 for some of these motorized vehicles. So think about the amount of inventory you would put to get into a business like that. So our background is in that we are still in that space, the transportation space. And like I said, that's what brought me home from working at a college full time and being able to be home with my kids originally. That's how we started. The second one, and I guess I'm going to go from highest to lowest if you want to get into this space. And by the way, before I forget, if you have not seen my video, I have a video about diversifying your portfolio. I did that a while back. Let me know. And it's in Facebook. I think you might be able to search it, but if you can't find it, let me know. I'll be able to send it to you. And I talk about the value of having a very diverse portfolio. So when I say that we've been in these spaces and we've talked about them, this is why. So I talked about like that $100,000 startup cost for the transportation industry, how much it would cost you to be in that field debt free. As you guys know, my background, well, I told you guys about the trucking industry, and we didn't just kind of like jump into it in the transportation industry. Terry has a background of over 15 years in the transportation industry and decided that he wanted to be an entrepreneur in that space. And I supported that venture as far as the logistics go, and we went from there. So that's that. When it comes to the middle range, like about $100,000 as far as a startup, and I'm being very transparent with you guys, and you guys know that that's what I come on here to do. And I'm giving you guys the numbers. If you want more details on those things, you can call me. And Terry, I'm putting you out there. They can let me know. And if they want to know about like the transportation side of it, you can I'll put you in contact with my husband so you guys can talk about the transportation. And I know I have a friend of mine that's watching right now. Her husband has actually spoken to my husband. He's a driver about the trucking industry, so she can attest to that not being something that is foreign to what we do. We don't mind helping out other entrepreneurs. So that's that. Now, in the middle range, about $100,000, I said $100,000, about $1,000 would get you into kind of the space that I'm really focusing on right now when it comes to personalized nutrition. I've been talking about that very heavily since January because I added it to my practice where we do DNA analysis, and it helps pinpoint what you need, what kind of supplements your body needs, what kind of genetic mutations you have. So about that cost would get you into this industry. And I'm giving you like middle range, average cost will get you into this industry with personalized nutrition. And everything, the three things that I'm referencing, please go back to my post that I posted earlier and you will be able to see the three breakdowns from the Millionaire Mentor. So about $1,000 will get you into this industry and get you inventory so that you can be able to start like have a solid stronghold on this type of a business. And I'm only doing this because it's Financial Freedom Friday. Normally I don't talk business and numbers so bluntly on my page, but this is what we have to do. We have to be transparent. So I got into this space. My background is in health, but I got into this space with personalized nutrition in January, and it is transforming the way that I do business as far as my practice goes, and it has been transforming the way that people see health and see that data. It's data driven, as opposed to me saying, hey, you know what, I have this supplement that I want you to take, or I am a health consultant and I can tailor a specific meal plan for you or tell you what to purge out of your pantry. It's streamlining it for me, and it's data driven. So when I say that you shouldn't be taking folic acid, it's not just because I'm saying it, it's because you've tested and you see you have that mutation, MTHFR, so your body does not process the folic acid, and you definitely need to be on folate. So that's that portion of it. And to get into that space again, I'll remind you that it's about average. There's a lower range and there's a higher range, but about $1,000 can get you into that space and starting a business in the personalized nutrition space. Now, the last thing, and I'm giving you the cheapest way to get into this big craze that's like a $2.1 billion industry, and that's the CBD industry. And you've probably been scrolling through and you've seen these things, and if you've been following me long enough, you know that I have recommended CBD on my page, not as far as like a business that I'm doing personally, but we use it in our family, we use it topically, we use it internally, so I've recommended that. For the sake of this video, for the sake of me tailoring things for you to be able to go out and start a business and actually enter into the fourth quarter of the year, because I feel like the fourth quarter is going to be our quarter for sure. For you to be able to go into the fourth quarter of the year, I've done research and I found a company that has a startup for you to get into this industry, into the CBD industry, to be an independent business owner for less than $100. And when I say less than $100, I should have actually said less than $50, but I wanted it to look nice, so I matched it out. So I said 100, 1,000, and then I went into 100,000. So for less than $100, actually less than $50, you can essentially start your own CBD distribution company. So if you want that information, be sure to reach out to me. And like I said, that industry in itself is projected to be a $2.1 billion industry. And I have vetted it. I have looked at the background. I have looked at the company itself. I have looked at the oils themselves, the topical things that they offer. So if you know me, I've done my due diligence so that I could be able to come on here and share it and give you that opportunity to be able to get into that industry, to be able to kind of like secure your spot in such a growing industry. Because at the end of the day, we work really hard during the week, right? Especially if you're in traditional like 9 to 5 kind of grind. But it's so much more powerful to be a 1099 person, individual, to really own your future, to really stop trading hours for dollars, to really take hold of that. So I gave you 3 options, and for that final option, because I feel like it's the easiest that almost anybody can do if they want to get into this space of these hot businesses to be in, industries to be in as far as entrepreneurship goes. So I'm going to put out a challenge to you all. So the challenge is to just save for the next 5 days $10 a day. Save $10 a day, and then, or you can reach out to me to get information to see what the background is. But save $10 a day, and you're basically securing your spot in a CBD company. So you're basically starting in a CBD company for that amount. So that's the challenge that I have out for you. We can set up a challenge for you to be able to save $1,000 to or $100,000. It's all about the mindset and how you're strategic in planning. And I told you guys about money saving tips last week, so let me know if you didn't catch that video. I can pinpoint you to it. But that's what I wanted to share with you all for today's episode of the Financial Freedom Friday. And the reason we're on the road today is because we just added another truck to our trucking company, our transportation industry, our transportation company. So we were over on the east coast of Florida, making sure we signed off all those paperwork for that new ad into the company. So that's really what I wanted to come on here and share with you all. Fridays are going to be talking about money. If you guys are afraid of talking about money or afraid of having these money conversations, you might not want to come on my page on Friday, because these are one of the things that we have to talk about. It's kind of like after that live video my husband and I did, we said that we have to have regular conversations about the politics of things, because politics drive everything. And we got to have these conversations about money, because money drives everything. So that's why we're doing this. And I'm gonna go ahead and log off now, but I hope it was of value. I'll be meeting you guys over at the comments section. And as always, reward yourself every day by making healthy lifestyle choices. Bye.